Hi, my name is Shannon Agnon, and I am a freshman in Bio 182 during the spring 2022 semester. And today I'm going to be going over the topic of human impact on the environment, which is a topic that is both covered in Bio Lab and Bio Lecture. And the news articles that I'm going to be covering is from the CNN article named Humans Have Been Impacting Earth for Thousands of Years, study says, and the primary literature article where I gathered information from also is called The Archaeological Assessment Reveals Earth's Early Transformation Through Land Use. And so let's get started. So delving in, humans have been on Earth roughly for a whopping 10,000 years, and only recently have we been paying more attention to the effects that people have taken on the world. So there are many ways in which humans influence the Earth. However, there has been one human activity that has been around since the late Pleistocene, hunting and gathering societies, and it has been farming. So a basic rundown of the summary of this primary literature article's findings. They kind of show how influential human farming and foraging activities have been in certain areas and how these rates have trajected over time. And they gathered their information mainly through inquiry surveys taken and given to credible archaeologists, as they were able to create like a culmination of information that accurately assesses how much a certain geographical land area has changed over time due to agriculture and farming and foraging. So within this primary literature article, they provided a lot of statistical data, and from it I was able to compile a very general sense of a graph. And what I'm trying to reflect is how different our activities have been in the beginning years up till now. So in the beginning, we were mainly foraging, and now there's a stark decrease, whereas now we dedicate a lot of our land for agriculture and pastoralism. Now going on to the popular news article provided through CNN. All right, so I would say that this news article does a pretty good job at accurately assessing the main points from the primary literature article. However, it doesn't really go in depth. It just kind of takes a very vague and generalized sense of it, as it mainly takes quotes from the introduction and from the abstract, and it doesn't really use a lot of the statistical data provided from the primary literature article. However, I would say that it does a pretty good job at reflecting how deeply rooted our environmental problem is, and how our situation is not simple and it's quite complex, and we need to take steps now to fix it. So to further reflect the findings from both of these articles, I made this illustration which simply depicts what their message is. So basically, when one person wants to farm, they have to find a piece of land and they start to plant all their seeds there. However, when many people want to do it, and that's the problem today, is agriculture has become so widespread, it takes over a lot of terrains and biomes and environments, and they push out all of the species and all of the natural beings living in that area, and many times these species are forced to relocate. And this is a problem because it limits the amount of biodiversity within our world. So to demonstrate how different landscapes have changed over the past thousands of years, the primary literature article also provided this geographical representation depicting of how different human activities have influenced and changed different biomes and terrains. And these activities include extensive agriculture, intensive agriculture, pastoralism, and also urbanism. So for extensive agriculture, this figure shows that there's been a lot of change, mainly in like South America, in Northwestern Africa, in Asia and Europe, and there's also like meager changes within other places around the world. And for the intensive agriculture, there tends to be a lot of change within like Europe and mainly Asia, and a little bit of like northeastern Africa. And then for pastoralism, there's a lot of changes, mainly in the upper part of Africa, and also in all of Europe and all of Asia. And around the world, there's a lot of changes as it depicts through the purple color. And then for urbanism, it's a little bit less. There tend to be changes mainly in like the western part of Asia. Actually, I'm going to say majority of Asia, and then a little bit of Europe as well, and the northeastern side of Africa. And it just demonstrates of how influential and impactful our activities have been on the terrains that it demonstrates a change within these environments. So it's undeniable that humans have created an impact on the world. However, all of these effects do not need to only be negative. We can also create positive change for the environment as long as we are taking responsibility for our action and we're recognizing the problems and trying to fix it. And we can do this by trying to conserve water or trying to limit our waste and being respectful to the life forms around us. So this video presentation was made by me, and the content was acquired through Bio 182 from Arizona State University during the spring 2022 semester. And this slides presentation was provided through SlidesGo, which uses images and icons from Flaticon and from Freepik. And once again, here are the two articles that I used during this research. And here's the formal work cited for any images and for both of the articles that I acquired my information from. Thank you.